It is easy to assume celebrities have it all. They show us what we want to see: money, fame, beauty. However, behind closed doors they are just like everybody else. And yet sometimes they've struggled more than we have ever had to struggle. So today on Top 10 Beyond the Screen, I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 10 actors with tragic backstories. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at 10, Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is one of the biggest names in Hollywood, known for playing Tony Stark, aka Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, he has an incredibly dark past that became very public back in the 1990s. In 1996, Downey Jr. was speeding down Sunset Boulevard when he was pulled over and arrested for possession of heroin, cocaine, and a .357 Magnum handgun. After failing to show up for a court-ordered drug test, he was ordered to spend 6 months in jail. Following his release, he missed yet another drug test, and this time he spent 3 years behind bars. Speaking with Vanity Fair about his past troubles and addiction, he stated, "Job one is to get out of the cave. A lot of people do get out but don't change. So the thing is to get out and recognize the significance of that aggressive denial of your fate. Come through the crucible forged into a stronger metal." Coming in at 9, Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is one of the most successful actors in Hollywood right now thanks to his role as Star-Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. However, the Minnesota-born actor faced a lot of struggles prior to becoming a household name. Before breaking into the industry, the star was homeless and living in a van. After graduating from high school, Pratt left college following just 1 semester and then began working as an amateur stripper, charging $40. At 19 years old, he waited tables in Maui, Hawaii for minimum wage and lived in his van. He also confessed that he used to eat leftover food off customers' plates in order to feed himself. Then, in a chance encounter, he met actress and director Rae Dawn Chong, who cast him in her short comedy horror Cursed Part 3. Pratt stated, I quote, "The moment Chong told me she was bringing me to LA, I knew. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life." The movie, however, was of course a flop, but it did motivate Pratt to break into acting. Coming in at 8, LEIGHTON MEESTER. LEIGHTON MEESTER is known for playing Blair Waldorf in the hit series Gossip Girl. She was the girl who had it all. However, her real life wasn't always so perfect. Just before Meester was born, her mother was arrested for trying to smuggle 1,200 pounds of marijuana out of Jamaica. Meester's dad, grandfather, and aunt were also all involved in the crime and were subsequently arrested. Her aunt, however, broke out of prison and became the first woman in the United States to end up on the US Marshals 15 Most Wanted list. Her mother was actually in prison when Meester was born, but she was allowed to go to a hospital in order to give birth. While her mother was in prison, Meester's grandmother took care of her. Thankfully, her past is behind her, with the actress not wanting to dwell on the negatives in her life. Coming in at 7, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe is one of the most famous names and faces in the world. However, the 50s icon had an incredibly troubled past. Prior to becoming one of the most famous actresses of the 1950s, Monroe endured years of sexual abuse, living in foster homes and a handful of failed marriages. When she was 7 years old, her single mother was hospitalized after being diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Monroe, known as Norma Jean at the time, spent several years in foster homes, and while in one of those homes, she was sexually abused. At the age of 16, she got married in order to escape her life that she was living. However, the marriage was short-lived when her husband joined the Marines. This in turn would be the first of 3 divorces. Even after she became the star we all know and love, her troubled life stuck with her, with the actress becoming a drug addict, ultimately leading to her tragic death back in 1962. Coming in at 6, Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is known for playing Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, like his green counterpart, he has also had to battle his own real-life horrors. In 2002, the actor had a benign brain tumor removed, which left his face temporarily paralyzed. Then, on December 1st, 2008, his brother Scott was shot in the head and killed at his LA home. The only witness to the shooting died of a drug overdose shortly after the incident, and the case still remains unsolved. When speaking about the incident, Ruffalo stated, "You never get over it, you just get used to it. You get calloused, a little bit harder maybe, so be on guard for that. But take these tragic things and turn them into something meaningful and worthy of the loss. Make it count." Coming in at 5, Demi Moore. Demi Moore is known for appearing in Ghost alongside Patrick Swayze. However, prior to becoming the successful actress she is now, Moore had quite the tragic family life. Her biological father left when she was born. However, her mother remarried to a man named Dan Guinness. This would turn out to be far worse for a young Moore because the couple fought endlessly and both had an alcohol addiction. To make matters worse, Moore didn't have any friends as she moved up to 30 times before the age of 14, which is absolutely insane. Her parents ended up separating when she was 15, and 2 years later Guinness committed suicide by inhaling carbon monoxide from his car. Even following her success, life for Moore didn't get much better, with her mother continuing to struggle with alcoholism and was arrested several times for drunk driving and arson. Her refusal to seek help resulted in Moore no longer talking to her. However, when her mother was diagnosed with brain cancer in 1987, the two reunited, with her mother having a few short months to live. Coming in at 4, Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd is a famous actress known for her roles in movies such as Double Jeopardy, Bug, Heat, and Divergent. However, before she became a star, her mother Naomi was a nurse who struggled to raise Ashley and her half-sister Winona. However, Naomi and Winona wanted to make it as a singing duo, so they often toured, leaving Ashley at home alone with their father. They also moved 13 times before Ashley was 18 years old. During this time, the actress says that she was abused by different men, including a family member and a man who lured her into an empty storeroom. To make matters worse, no one believed her. As of today, Judd is a political and humanitarian activist who raises awareness for sexual violence and AIDS. Coming in at 3, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is an actor, director, producer, and writer, best known for being the man behind the Medea series and of course Precious. However, as funny as the actor is, he has had an incredibly difficult life. In 2009, the star opened up about the abuse he experienced as a child. He says that he watched as his father beat his mother tirelessly after she tried to leave with the kids. His father, who is an alcoholic, once took a vacuum cleaner cord and beat him until his skin came off his back. His father also inappropriately touched a girl Perry had a crush on. The actor has also spoken out about how he was molested at the age of 10 years old. Coming in at 2, Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron is known as being one of the greatest actresses in Hollywood, having won an Academy Award for her role in Monster, which is by far one of the best films of our time. However, the actress didn't always have it easy, and instead had a very dark childhood that most don't even know about. Her father, Charles, was an alcoholic and used to physically abuse her mother. In 1991, when Charlize was just 15 years old, she witnessed her mother shoot her drunken father to death in an act of self-defense when he attempted to break into Charlize's room to try and kill her. Her tragic past was what motivated the actress to pursue a better life, with her mother encouraging her to enter modeling contests, which she ended up winning. She then went on to do ballet at a school in New York and modeled on the side to support herself financially. However, her dancing career ended when she injured her knee and had to stop, resulting in the actress being so broke she had to steal bread in order to survive. Thankfully though, a talent manager spotted her in 1994 and the rest is history. You should also all watch Charlize Theron's Oscar speech because it's really emotional and her mother is there and they're all crying. And finally, coming in at number 1, Kelsey Grammer. Star of Frasier, Kelsey Grammer is at one time one of the biggest names in the industry. However, his life has been filled with nothing but tragedy. First, his parents divorced when he was 2, in turn leading to him and his mother living with his grandfather. Sadly, his grandfather passed away when the actor was 11 years old. However, this would be just the first of many deaths. When Kelsey was 13, his father was shot and killed by a man who was deemed to be insane. In 1975, Grammer's sister was murdered. She was just 18 years old at the time when 4 men abducted her outside of Red Lobster, where she worked as a waitress. They raped her before stabbing her multiple times. The actor states that the incident absolutely destroyed him. However, tragedies continued. Just 5 years later, both of Grammer's half-brothers also died while scuba diving. It's absolutely devastating. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any actors that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos, top 10 actors who got snubbed by the Oscars. Cookies for Present said, and this is why I stopped watching the Oscars 20 years ago. Honestly, I feel the same way. The Oscars is a show. We should just watch the Golden Globes. The Oscars is rigged. There's a reason no female directors got nominated, so. Nick M said, I'm sorry, I don't agree with J-Lo. I don't think she did a good job. I thought the movie was okay, nothing special. She doesn't deserve an Oscar for that performance or even nomination. Okay, it's fine to have opinions. They're just not my opinions. My opinion was Hustlers was one of the best films of last year and J-Lo is a phenomenal actress. Redheaded Psycho said, 905, oh my god, did you see that? She smiled a bit. Cute. I smile sometimes. Don't get used to it. James T said, happy birthday Queenly Sue. I knew your birthday was sometime this month, just didn't know when. Well, at the time of this recording it was just a few days ago, but thank you. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. And until next time, see you later. This is dark. Everything's sad.